Welcome to this video. It is part of a series of videos on development tourism. You can watch the series on this channel. I remain Samuel Eremie. Our topic today is on breaking out in tongues. Now, those of you of a Christian faith background, like Fred in Adventures in Development Tourism, must have been told that speaking in tongues is a gift from God, and that if you do not have that gift, you can ask God to give you the gift of speaking in tongues. Of course, those with the Christian background also know that it is very important to be able to speak in tongues, because you can say things that people around and those you perceive to be enemies cannot even understand. Surprisingly, in development tourism, Fred came across a number of instances, a number of situations where there was a universal breakout of speaking in tongues, even for people who are not of the Christian faith, people of different religions. And this often happened when death came knocking on their doors. Two peculiar experiences I was bringing up. The first was when Fred was traveling from Abuja to Lagos on a flight operated by one of the domestic airlines. They got close to the airport. They were actually seeing the airport itself from the windows. Suddenly, there was a bang, and nobody spoke. Not the captain, not the members of the crew. Under normal circumstances, if a plane was going through turbulent weather, the captain or the crew will remind passengers to fasten their seatbelts, that they should be calm, there is no cause for alarm, and all that. But there was no single message from the captain or the crew. It did not take a long time before the plane started wobbling, and it was now diving with the front up, and the rear of the plane now being dragged by the force of the engine. It was in this wobbling position that the captain tried to pass the plane around the airport, but he could not land. He had to move the plane to a neighboring state, because by now we saw the forests and so on adjoining Lagos. And this was where, of course, the simultaneous breaking out in tongues started. Every passenger was calling on his God. Every child was crying. I remembered the reference to Fred having a child sitting between the mother and the father. And this girl asked the father, "Daddy, what is happening?" Of course, Daddy had no answer, when even the captain or the crew had no answer. The children were wailing, and everybody broke into tongues. Some are calling Allah, some were calling Jesus, some were calling God. Whatever nationality, whatever tribe they were, everybody was speaking in tongues. Finally, that plane managed to come back to the vicinity of the airport. Fred found on landing that there was a heavy storm going on, but it was beyond the storm. Because if it was a storm, that was the major problem, the captain and the crew will have advised the passengers that they were going through a turbulent storm. When the passengers finally got down, nobody even waited for the flight buses to take them to the terminal building, because everybody scampered, many leaving whatever baggage that they had, even in the plane. The important thing was to run out of that plane into the rain and into what was considered to be safety. Thank you very much for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you again.